Hello, Flosstube. So we're back again. I've got a bit of a head cold. You know, I was sniffling on the last one. Honestly. Every time I go out into a crowd, this is what happens to me. This is what happens when you live in blissful isolation, right? Because on Saturday, we went into Sheffield, into Meadowhall, which is really nice, like a big covered shopping centre, but I reckon that's where I caught the lurgy. But without further ado, let us crack on with WIP Parade, the sequel. Okay, so what we got now? So I bought another crate next to me. I think I've only got one crate and 2 bags left, so that's not too bad, is it? So I did say I wasn't showing any Rendale. I did say that. But there are 1 or 2 here, right? Now this one here is called, hang on, let me just get out bag. Sorry about all the crinkling. These plastic bags, you know, they're noisy. Okay, so this one is called Sunshine. And it came as a kit from Botty Threads. And this is my progress. I'm really pleased with that. She's really nice. I enjoyed her. What I did was the kit came with 14 count Ada. I'll show you the colors. And I swapped it out for 28 count even weave speckled from Botty Threads. They're the colors. Oops, sorry, they're a bit tangled up. They're the colors. Not that many colors really. Lots of blending, you know, but not in an uncomfortable sort of way. Yeah, I just fancied having it on an even weave, you know. So Botty Threads, I don't think they sell it anymore, which is such a shame. They still sell the speckled Ada, but for a while they were selling speckled even weave. So I swapped it out, and somebody else inherited, another project inherited the fabric, the Ada. And I do like it on the even weave, slower to stitch than some of the other Botties, but the other Rendales, you know, because the blending and that. And I thought I'll show you this one. Now, this one is in this frame, but it's not staying in this frame. This is a frame from a place called The Range. Now, I haven't got the pattern for this one because I gifted it. Stitching with my little Liv, own it now, with the threads, because I often have threads left over because I'm quite thrifty with my threads. So this one is temporarily, and I think this one is called, oh gosh, Christmas Scarves. But that kit is still available, and that was stitched on the Ada. Sorry about the reflection there. I might have to move the light. And I love it. Let me bring it up a little closer. Yeah, but Simon is going to reframe that for me. I thought I would do a sort of shopboard frame, but to be honest, I'm not really so keen on it in that one. You know. Let me just adjust the light for you. See if that helps. Sorry. Beg your pardon. Let's get this round. Okay, this is real life, right? Okay, let's see if that's a bit better and if it would avoid my glasses because they're attracted to my glasses. That's it. Let's see if that's a bit better. Fine, I'm ducking. Okay. So then there's this one, which you have seen on Peter Rabbit. Just looking around for something to put behind it. Let's pop this behind it. Oh, actually, I've got my board. Bear with, it's in the morning. I'm trying to get the filming done before I go to the hospital for my appointment. Because I want to get this uploaded before we go off to Scotland. So, and that's on Monday. This one here is lovely. I can't remember the name of this one. This was also a Botty kit one, Botty Threads. I made quite a few adjustments to it. It's a Rendale. If I bring him in close, little mouse, you can see I've added some beautiful silver beads. But I used all the cold 4 threads. And this one also was done on even weave because I bought a piece of even weave from Botty Threads for it. I do like Botty Threads kits. I think they're very good value, especially if you buy them from Cotton Club Crafts, right? That's Cotton Club Crafts. They're online. They're the best price around. They're good prices, actually, and they deliver quite swiftly. So I can highly recommend them. Highly recommend. And this one, now this one was quite funny. Oh my goodness. This one here was a kit as well. No, actually, it was not a kit. I think this was a magazine freebie because it didn't originally look like this. It was only this part. If I show you that part, right? In the pattern, and then I added on that part. I borrowed you will see the one I borrowed this part from off its chart and just blended it in and made more of the piece. He was lovely to do, except, my goodness, you know, the back here with the spine, that was a nightmare. I could not follow the pattern because it was so much blending and so much close, and I got myself into a right pickle. And in the end, I used my artistic license because I am an artist, so I draw and sketch, and I just blended the colors myself, and I went off-piste. His back stitch is done. He's also ready for Simon to frame. But until after we finish Hampton Court Flower Show, I'm afraid Simon's workshop is off limits to me for any of my personal activities. So hopefully by the summertime, you know, by say August time, after we get rid of Hampton Court, he'll have a bit more time once he's cleared his orders. And then now he will you know, he will do it for me. I have to pardon this snuffling and this the cold. Honestly, I don't like head colds, you know. Let's see if there's any other Rendales. Yes, there's one more in here. I have got a fair collection of Rendales. And what I'm planning to do is, as I said, at some point we're going to do a designer focus on Rendales, and also we'll do a separate one on the Bothy Threads kits that I have. Now this one here, again, I gifted this one the original pattern, so I didn't keep a copy of it. But again, this is one that is still available. I'm just fixing it up on the board for you. Let's just get it on the board because they're a little bit creasy. I'm sorry. This one is finished, you know. All this one is waited for now is this back stitch and a bit of the beading that I added. So this one here is lovely. I think this is called Let It Be. Let It Be, B-E-E. I really enjoyed stitching this one. Stitched up really quickly actually, but you see in the heart of that flower there, that poppy, I've added in some beads because it's on a 14 count speckled Ada which came with the kit. And that one, I think this one, yeah, has the beads, but I'm going to put the beads into all the flowers, and I'm looking forward to getting that. If I just, and my needle minder is from my little bee needle minder, look, there she is, from Don't Step on Your Needle. The other change I made as well, I put etoile, I put a bit of white etoile in the wings of the bees so that they're a little bit sparkly. And I'm going to give you a close-up of the beadwork that I put into the flower. So you see. Sorry. Hopefully you can see it focus. Yeah. And it just, those are those little touches that really personalize your work, you know. And I enjoy doing those little touches. I do. They make them a bit special. So that one really, there is no reason why that is with the framing pile, because really I need to crack on and get that one so it's ready for framing. That's the etoile there that I used, which was etoile blanc. It's like a silver, you know. The thing with etoile and any sparkly thread that I find, the key to success, short lengths. Don't get carried away with long lengths, you know, just short lengths. Because what happens is the thread has a tendency to rub through the fabric and everything, and then it starts to shred and then it drives you crazy. So you don't want to be doing that. Let's see what else we have. Oh, I brought these down to show you as well. I don't know if I'll be able to show you properly on the board. They should have been shown in the sampler section. Hold on, bear with. I did these little miniatures. These are just some frames I had hanging around. Let's see if I can. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. And just to show you how you can do your thing in it. Oh. Can I show? Will it slide off? I should put the camera over it. Okay, I'm going to show you them separately because I don't think I can hold them like that. So I made that. It's just a motif off on the samplers because I had that picture and I wanted a companion for them. And then I also made these two little ones, just with little scraps of Ada. Again, they'll be in the WIP Parade because they're in the frame, but they're not fully, you know, they need to be put in properly. I don't take things out of my WIP section until they're fully finished, right? Because they're not finished, are they? You still have stuff to do. So, yeah, that artist is very nice as well. Her name is, I've got two more of her little pictures. You see, her little prints. There's one there. She does a lot of animals. I see her at one of the shows I go to. That light is being a menace today. I see her at one of the shows I go to, Malvern Autumn. Her name is Rachel Blackwell. She's a British artist. Lovely lady. And I like her stuff. I always buy, and they're very reasonable, these little ones. I always make sure I buy the nice little ones in the frame. So anyway, so that's a little diversion. Let's see what else we've got in the bag. Oh, well, let's see. Okay, so we're going to move into animals. That's where we are at the minute. It's as me trying to arrange as best as I can. So I might as well show you a little one, which has started last week. I took it away with me last week, mostly because I wanted something small to take with me on our little weekend away. That I could sit by the pool, you know, because I don't do the swimming thing. For one, I cannot swim, pardon me. I cannot swim. And secondly, with my sickle cell, I have to be careful, yeah? Because if I get too cold, then... So I'm quite happy to sit. So I sat by the pool while Simon was swimming and doing his sauna thing. Although I did enjoy the treatments, you know. I had lots of nice treatments. Where do I put it now? It should be in here. Yes. It's in this little bag. Well, it's in a bigger bag because it's, you know, it's a seaside bag. But I carried it in this little bag here. It's a Tilda fabric bag made by a really good friend of mine called Nikki. She has a business on Etsy. And I will put a link down below for her place. Beautifully made, very reasonably priced. She does totes as well. I did buy a tote from her. She was at Hatfield House Show. I think she's featured on the film. Anyways, what is it? Now, I discovered a company, right? A design company. Sorry about this. I'm just trying to find a pattern. I don't know if any of you have come across this place, right? I discovered them online. I'm just trying to take it out of the bag because it looks shiny, this bag. Let's see, is it shiny? Let's take it out of the bag. This company is called Fido Stitch Studio. They trade through Etsy. Oh, Lord. I can't open the bag, guys. Anyway, they trade through Etsy. And they do kits. And the kits are ever so reasonably priced. Lord, I can't open this bag. What is going on? We might have to make do. I don't know why I cannot get into the bag. Oh, dear. They throw it on Etsy and basically they sell kits. They have a lot of kits and they're reasonable. They're like £10, right, for the kit with everything you need, the thread and what have you, right? I'm going to pause a minute and fix this light because it's driving me crazy. Right, after much fiddling with the light, I think really the problem, unfortunately, my glass is reflecting is the light from the window. Because I don't tend to film at this time. And it's in the morning and the sun comes that side, you know. It's rises at the front of the house, which is where I am. So I'm afraid we might have just put up with it. I've tried to turn myself at an angle where you don't get that awful reflection. But anyway, back to Fido Design. Now, this is another one of theirs. I'm going to show you my WIP in a minute. But you see, they're really good. I mean, that was £10, right? And look how nice it comes with all the threads and everything on the back. Sorry about the plastic. Colors are nice in that one. And I got this one as well with my stash. Beautiful. And anchor threads they use. It comes with 14 count Ada. So everything you need. And they start at about £10. So $9.95 or something. Some of them are a little tiny bit more, but only by a couple of pounds, you know, not much money. Anyway, I started it, right, and I decided, so I took it with me. So it was a new start last weekend. And it's a quick stitch. You know, you can do this probably, you fast needles, you can do it in a day. So I started it first on this 14 count Ada, and I decided to paint a little scene around. But to be honest with you, I wasn't feeling the bird. I felt, for me, the 14 count didn't feel right for this particular one. Now, one of the reasons that attracted me to these seabirds, and I think I've got a curlew coming from them as well, is I've got this kit here. Now, let me see if I can get out the plastic. Sorry. This can't be avoided. You cannot pre-take these out, or else it's just, you know, chaos. I have this kit from Buffy Threads. Again, this one is still available. It's called Waders. So I figured that one, let's see if I can find a pattern for the one I was working on. Bear with. Yeah, I thought hanging up, they'd make a nice companion, right? Oops, see if I can get it all in the picture. You know, I thought they would look nice together. So well, that's only part of it, but you know what I mean, you get the idea. So it caught my eye because I tend to remember stuff I've got in my stash, right? So mostly. And like if I see something that might go with that, I think, oh yeah, that could work. You know, that's always in the back of my mind. But this is a nice one. The Body Threads waders, and I'll show you the colors. So that's how the kit comes, you see? Oh, nice. But you see the colors are very similar, isn't it, to that one? So, and that also comes with 14 count Ada. So I will decide whether I probably will have to work it on either 14 or 28 waders because there are beads in the kit. So anyway, let me show you the one that I started. So I restarted. So I took that and I did quite well with it. And then I don't know, I wasn't really feeling it. And you know, sometimes when you're not feeling it, you know, you just need to start again because really, I didn't want it as big because I want it in a small frame. That big waders I want to be the main one, right? And then I'm going to do the curlew, which is, I haven't got yet. I'll show it in haul at some point. And I bought also the crane. But they have nice ones. You ought to go and have a look at them and support them. And it's free postage as well. So that is my progress. So I'm back to kind of where I started again with it. Okay, and these are the threads. So I'm now working it on an 18 count Ada. Show you the threads. There you go. The threads are nice. Anchor. They're quite fine anchoring for anchor. Maybe because I'm used to CXC's big chunky threads now. But no, I am yeah, I'm pleased with that now, and I should get that finished before I go to Scotland. I'll just do a little bit on it. Today I'll work it in the car when Simon is driving, you know. Because it's about an hour and a half drive to the hospital. So I shall hopefully get that finished and put it in the pile waiting to be framed. So let's put those away. I've got my board back, which is good. Oh, and the other thing is, this is a project bag that they live in. Again, you know me and my totes. And it's a Sophie Allport. Any birdies go in here. So there's another birdie living in with them. And then when I was on my travels, and you'll see my haul, I sometimes will pick these up. This was £3.50 from a place I visited on the Yorkshire coast where I've always wanted to visit. Hold on. So I got this as well. I like these as little project bags as well. Like sometimes like something little like Fido. When I go to the hospital, I'll just carry it in this. I'll just put the whole thing in there because it's small, right? And I like the seaside theme. I think it's quite cute. And it was something like £3.50. It's actually one of these lunch bags. You know, they're kind of foily inside. So yeah. So that's that in that bag. But there's more. These birdies. Now this one, let's see if it's in here. Sorry about this, guys. There's so many of them to deal with, and most of them I haven't seen them for a little while. So this one here I found in a charity shop, and it is a Joy Sunday one. There's one from AliExpress, I presume. I just found the pattern in a charity shop, and I really like that one. From like £1 or 50p or something. And this was the one that inherited the 14 count Ada that came off of Sunshine. You know, the duck, the sunflower duck. So this birdie here, and he's really nice, you know. I think I was away when I did him. Look at him. Chubby little fella. It's a blue tit. If I show him alongside the thing. So he's coming on really well. The bird is done really. I mean, that's not far from a finish, is it? Again, I need to crack on with that one. Get that out. Now, the colors. I'm trying to remember what I did. Let me have a look here. So these are the colors there in the plastic bag. Again, I'm using some Etoile. I am going to put some Etoile around him. Yeah, around the bird. Let's see if I find the pattern back. It's in the bag again. Yeah, and I'm going to put a bit of gold thread around the thistles. These. Just to give it a little bit of bling. So I'm really pleased with that. His shading on his belly was a little bit traumatic around this area. But, you know, generally, he was all right. He was all right. I mean, to be honest, I don't think I've touched him since last year. What I'm discovering is a lot of these whips, right, I haven't touched them. Oh, you know, I'm not. I don't know. It's like I'd forgotten about them. They live in a big camphor chest, a big wooden chest, which I might insert a picture when we do the film. And I think out of sight, out of mind, right? So what I've done is I went into Homebase, which is like a DIY shop in this country. You know, like a do-it-yourself, like a sort of hardware shop. You Americans would call it, like how you have Lowe's, or no, it's not really like Lowe's, but anyway, it's a hardware shop and houseware thing. And I bought a load of plastic, big plastic, long on the bed storage boxes, but they're clear. And because I discovered underneath our Super King bed, there's nothing under there. I don't really like putting things under the bed, right? But when you live in a house with size restrictions, you have to think of everything, yes? So I got 4 of those. I'm going to put the whips in there, and they're on wheels, so then I can pull them out and see them, because I think what's happening is they're in the chest, and I'm not going in that chest for whatever reason, which is silly. And coming, you know, being reunited, them make me realize how much I love them. I really want to get some of these finished, and I'm going to try and limit my starts this year for sure. Now this one here is also from Etsy. Now I have 2 patterns of this one, and I'm from this supplier, this designer even. I've got thread stuck to that one, and I absolutely love this one. Now I don't know if I'm going to do the houses in the background, but I love this one. I love it. And that is the designer there. She's on Etsy. Love, love, love. I hope it's focusing. And I got the PDF because, as you know, I haven't got any fancy, you know, I haven't got any, what you call it now, any sort of electronic devices, programs to do my, I'm just pulling out the threads, to do my patterns on. So I'm manual, I'm old school, which is fine. Someday I'd like to do that. I have a tablet and try it, but it's not really on the menus. It's some of the colors there. Yeah. Really pleased with that one. I think I am working it in DMCs. I think I went out and got the DMCs for that one. Maybe the other one is in here. I'm going to show you my progress. I've got a skein of thread stuck to the needle minder, so I'm going to hold on to it. Look at that cute needle minder. I think that was from Stitch Mania stash. Whoops, I've got it upside down. I love the fabric, how I've dyed that. It's an even weave. I think it's a 32 count even weave. It's come out so nice. Just how I wanted it. I wanted it sort of splotchy, you know, because I wanted it to sort of imitate the snow. If I bring the pattern back out again. Imitate this sort of blotchiness. Yeah? So I'm really pleased about that. I'm pleased how it came out. Because this one I think is a full coverage. I'm not doing some full coverage. What I'm going to do is stitch up the bird, stitch up the leaves, and then put in a little bit, maybe even some 10th stitch, you know, which is single cross stitches, here and there, and use the dye and stuff to make it look more like a painting. Save me time, and it will add my stamp. Now the other one I got from her, which I don't think I'll put any stitches in, but I have got the fabric for it, and the threads here, so I'll show it you. Is this one. Same lady. This one is called Winter Wonderland. Again, I love it. I love how this goes around here. And I'm going to put some beads on that one. Might even put some beads on the berries in the other one as well. Let me pull out some of the colors. I don't think I've got all the colors. I think they share some of the colors because I'm using a mixture of DMC, and for the black I'm using Sulky. There's some of the colors there. These are some of the colors that are in that other one. This, you know, the hair. And the fabric, again, I adore. I dyed by me. This one you can see the full length. They're not massive, you know. Hold on. There we go. I hope the color shows. Yeah, I love that one. You see, I got that purple where the fields are. I'm really pleased. That's the top, and that's going to be the bottom. If I show it with the piece. Then if I can show it. So you see, it sort of imitates the picture, the colors. All right. So that's that one. I do like this one as well. I think I was away somewhere when I took this with me. I can't remember. where it was, but that was last year. You know, I reckon these went with me to Scotland last year because we did the same Scottish trip last year. They came with me to Scotland. And these, again, I would like to get back to. Let me just tidy up these threads down. Because if I don't get these threads tied up, it's going to be bad news for me. Okay. Especially when you're working with own threads, you know. You can't afford to get them mixed up. You will never find your way home. But I'm pleased with him. He's coming on nicely. So we're going to put that one down there. With that bird. I don't know. They could feature a bit this year. I'd like to do a little bit on them this year. See what else is in the animal bag. Oh yeah, this one. This one I started a long time ago. And I really like this one, you know. But I haven't picked it up for a while. This is an early days one as well. Oh dear. Some of these bags, it's not so easy to get into them. I'm just opening the bag. Sorry about the noise. Sometimes I don't know what is worse. Opening the bag or just showing you the shiny bag. Okay, bear with me. Oh, come on. It doesn't want to come out. Let's just ease it out. It's called Woodland... Oh. It's called Woodland Chorus by Molly Brett. You've probably seen this one around. I just like that. Look at them all. Strike up the band. It's very nice. There is a lot of... there's a bit of confetti in there. Anytime you have anything with this sort of picture, painterly detail, you know, you have to accept there's going to be confetti. And you can tell this is when I first started because I believe, yes, this is probably the last time I ever bobbinated because I used to bobbinate back in the day. I don't enjoy bobbinating. You see the colours are in there and they're all bobbinated. I don't really enjoy it. This one was also a kit. It came with, it doesn't say what it came with. It appears I didn't use whatever it came with. So let's see what I did use. Oh, and this one as well, I like the dyeing on this. Again, dyed by me. Oh, that's where it got to. It has one of my Peter Rabbits. A Peter Rabbit. Oh, is he upside down? Peter, come on. Play ball. There is my needle minder. I got it on Etsy. I can't remember who, but I like this speckled finish I managed to achieve on the fabric. I think. I want to say this is a 16 count Ada. I've gotten better at writing things down now. But look at them. Can you see that? Again, this is another one which, you know, I really, really like and I really ought to get back to. So I'm going to put this one in this year's to work on pile as well. Because that one, I think, you know, it would be nice to get that one finished. Be nice. I've got my Rendales that I've got. Get them in the framing pile. So let me just try and put this away. Sorry guys, I know this holds us up, but it's powerful, of course, you know, you've got to try and manage it. You can't just leave it. I think the reason why I abandoned the Ada is that the Ada was white and I didn't really want white, so that piece of Ada can go to something else. This looks like a sort of, I don't know, it almost looks like an oatmeal, but it's not an oatmeal. It's a creamy sort of color, but I wanted that feeling of leaves. You can almost imagine the woods in there. So I'm very pleased with that one. So you see, even from the very early days, you know, I was dyeing the fabrics. I think one of the things that I would say in reflection that has been the biggest learning curve, well, I don't know if it's a learning curve, but, you know, the biggest change maybe then is the type of fabric. Because I'm finding like some of the 14 count ones, I still work in 14 count and you know, and stuff. But in the early days, you see, I found linen very intimidating. I really couldn't manage it. I'd never stitched on linen before. And I did find it a bit intimidating, but like, I kind of got my head around it. And I still stitch on both. It came, you see, it came with the card. I still stitch on both. Ada is quicker for me. Some things to me just don't suit Ada. They look better on linen or even weave, you know, they just look more refined. Oops, sorry. Oh dear. I find with my primitive pieces, I don't mind, especially if I'm small. I do quite like them on Ada sometimes if I make it rustic, you know. I quite like that. But you know, this is all part of your journey, isn't it? You know, sometimes you just start off with what feels right for you at the time. And you work with that, and then, you know, as you evolve, the work evolves. It's you know, there's nothing wrong with that. That is how you're going to learn and change and evolve, right? So it's not a bad thing. Oh dear, somebody is separated from its threads. That's not good news. I think it's this guy. Oh dear, I hope it's him. Oh my, I'm going to put them in there and pray. Pray that it's his threads. I'll have to look at that later. What else have we got here? Something here with a very small start. I don't know what it is. Okay. Again, this is one from my early days. It's like a broken record. It was from my early days. Okay, this one here, again, is nearly a finish. I think this one, I am a shocker because really, this was one of the first ones I did. And I love these. They make me laugh. These heritage ones. Chirpy. Chirpy was one of the earliest ones I got, really. And you know what is shocking? Chirpy is pretty much finished, save for his backstage. Why is Chirpy still here? Why? I think I need to fix that problem. I mean, that's like, what, an hour or two's work? Seriously? That's him there. And you can see, if I can put them up together. I absolutely love these little guys. They're so chubby. You still can get them. I can't remember. You can get them online. I don't remember where I bought them from. But they are available. And there's lots of different ones. And I've got one or two in here. I think I've got another one as well, which is on a long stick. But I haven't started that one. Sparrow is here. Now, did I start him? I think I started another one. Okay. So, Sparrow, which is that one. I've got one of them all on a branch arguing with each other. They're all young birds. And Sparrow, there he is. That's my progress. I might take him to Scotland, actually, because they're only little, aren't they? And fit them in between the full coverages I'm working on at the minute. And then there's another little one. This is Chickadee. Look at his miserable little face. He's not amused. I'm probably thinking, where's my tea? So he's not happy. But they just make me smile. I don't think, let me just see. I don't think the other one is in here. No. Okay. Now, this one here is called, oops, Daisy. It's called Chorus Line. Hide. That's the bigger one to go with them. Look at their little faces. Honestly, who wouldn't love that face? So they're all in here. So I think I might take these with me actually, because they're only little. And sometimes, like when we're in Scotland, we're on the road, you know, if I'm in the car and stuff and looking outside and stitching, then I could do a little bit, certainly on these little ones. I could make a little progress. So let's just put them away. But they're very nice. They're from Simply Heritage. They have different ones. Oh, did I show this one? Yes, I think I did. Yeah. So I've got them all in a pack here. They're all being worked on Ada. I think they're all being worked on 14 count Ada, actually. 2 threads over one. And they came as a kit. I didn't show you the threads. Hold on, bear with. Yeah, they came as a kit, so they are sparrows. So they came like this. I forgot to show you the threads, look. And I don't think they were terribly expensive. Yeah. I like these little kits sometimes. Yes, from Heritage Crafts here in the UK. I can't remember who is their distributor now. Somehow, I don't know why I think it might be Butty Threads. I don't know if Butty Threads took them over. I can't remember. I don't want to start rumors. I don't know. But you can find them online. So I'm going to put those in this bag quick. So we haven't got too much mess at our feet. Because we're swiftly moving on. Let's get rid of some of these off. Because if not, you know, it's just mental. But we're getting there. We're almost through the second crate. I think the worst is behind us. Or the best, depending on how you look at it. And I think I'll have to probably pause the filming as well and head off to the hospital. And then tonight I will probably conclude the last crate. So I'm hoping to finish this crate. And then tonight we finish off this video and then get Simon a chance to put it on. Now let's see what we've got in this one. My friend bought me this bag. my friend Amanda. We always buying each other things and sharing our materials. And as Stitchy would literally said the other day, I just love it. She said sharing is caring, which is so nice. I love this little bag. She knits a lot. She knits very well. I knit very slowly and slightly crudely. Let's see what's in the bag. Oh, I know what this one is. This is a more, sorry, pardon me with this spluttering. This is a more recent start. Now, sometimes on eBay, right? You have sellers on there who buy the cross stitch magazine. Some of them old, some of them new cross stitch magazine, right? And they have like, they sell like pages of them, you know, like for a couple of pounds. And sometimes I'll spot something I like. Now, this is a magazine one. It was from a magazine, so I've made a working copy of it. So you get the 2 sheets of the magazine or whatever it is. And I just fell in love with this. Look at it. It's a Christmas one. I don't know if I can put it all in frame because it's in 2 parts. Okay, let me show you one part and then we'll put the other part in. You see, that's the tail of that one. Absolutely love that. I think it's so elegant. And I'm gonna, and the black work, it's all black work, this part here. Black work embroidery. So I'm going to use different thickness of threads to get that, which is how black work is, you know. So I'll use sulky for the darker ones, maybe 1 strand for that. So you get a variation in shade. And down here I'm going to add some sparkle as well to those snowflakes. Really like that. So I quickly dyed up a piece of fabric. I'm using own color. Am I using own colors? Let me have a look. Hold on, bear with me. No, I'm not using own colors because it doesn't really have that many colors in it, you know. I'm using CXC. I'm going to pull them up quick so you can see them. Very few colors in it. And of course, my etoile, my silver etoile I've added. See, that's the colors there. Look, I turn them around. You see? Not many colors at all. There's that sort of gray, minky sort of color. Not many. 2 oranges, the white, and a pale gray. I'll show you again. But I'm using CXCs and I'm doing it on a 28 count sparkle Ada dyed by me. And look at this. This was Hedges, you know, the little hedgehog I showed you, that was his needle binder. And the girls have nicked it, the thingies. So that's the progress I've made on it. Well, let me get it on the board. It's a bit crinkly, I'm afraid, but you know, so it goes. I cannot be ironing them because I don't think it's good for the fabric all the time, and you can't keep them ironed because you're working on them. It's very ghosty, isn't it? You see it? Can you see her? One of them is coming out of the gloom. Nice to stitch. So I'm doing 2 threads as it's an even weave, two holes on the fabric, but I think it is 2 strands. 2 strands. Now, what is going to happen with it is, you see, what's going to bring it alive, if I bring it back again, is going to be the back stitch. You see, once this, it looks really ghostly, but you see, once the back stitch goes in, it's going to come alive. So I think it's going to be lovely. I'm really pleased with the fabric. It's just as I wanted it. It's a very, very pale, I'll hold it away, very pale wash of blue, because they're in the snow. And I'm really, really delighted with how that's come out. Really delighted. So that one, again, there's no reason. I think I started that earlier this year. I've taken to put in the dates on them sometimes when I start them. But, you know, I don't know. I was not very, very good at keeping, you know, those, everybody keeps those, that book of days and all that. 2 years running about the book of days. I probably wrote it to one day. Is, you know, you have to do you, isn't it? And other people do them. It just don't work for me. I'm not a very good chronicler. I don't know. Maybe I'm just wayward. Right, so let's put that one down there. So what's this? Hold on, I just have to make sure, guys, I'm not getting into a mess because there's a fat piece of paper sitting here. And I have absolutely no idea what it is. Let's see. Because if I get this into a mess, you know, this is not going to be good for business. Especially as I'm only just like you getting acquainted or reacquainted with this lot. I can't afford to have them in a mess, can I? So that one I know who it belongs to. We leave it there. Okay, what else have we got? Okay, this is another one that is more or less a finish. So for the Queen's Jubilee, or late Queen, rest her soul, I do miss her. She's been there all my life. It's like losing my granny. Anyway, I bought that from Thames Park Samplers. They're a nice company as well. They are also on Etsy. About the PDF. To mark the Jubilee, and sadly, shortly after our Queen died. So the reason why it's here is it needs. So I finished it. I put colors on. I did my own thing. The reason it's here is that I would like to put the day of her passing on here as well. So if you remember, it was all in black and white. That's how she presented it, right? Some people did it as a black work. But I had fun with it, and I put colors. And you know, it just has a Victoriana look about it. And I put that little charm of a crown. Now, those flowers represent all the nations of the United Kingdom. The thistle is for Scotland. The rose is for England. I use my own colors. I use variegated colors as well. I went with this royal blue because it's royal. The lion, which is part of the coat of arms of the royal family, and very, very much a big part of heraldry and you know, coat of arms in this country and in many countries actually. The golden lion, so he's in gold. And it represents the seasons, you know, so that's the spring and that's the winter season. And one of the things the Queen wanted, you know, for her Jubilee is she wanted us all to plant a tree. So I thought it was appropriate to have that. The daffodil represents Wales. And of course, not last but not least, the shamrock represents Ireland. So that's all the nations that make up our United Kingdom. So I'm really pleased with that. So I just need to get that in and then, yeah? And I'm going to show you this last bit and then I need to skedaddle. So this I haven't got the pattern. I can't remember who I got that from, but it was on Etsy. Just a little pillow. There. Which is, again, her Jubilee. And I'm going to embroider just here the date of her passing. I have got a pattern for Charles, but I haven't gotten around to do it yet. Sorry, Charles. I didn't mean to. But I have got a pattern for him as well. But just to mark his, you know, he's coming to this throne. And hopefully I do it before eventually poor man demises. So, you know, anyway. So I'm going to just pause now and leave you. I will pick up back the filming later because I need to get out to the hospital for my appointment. And, yeah. So, and then we will pick up from where we left off, okay? So yeah, so catch up later.